But first, let's talk about a company. A company that's shit. That would be Sony. I like Sony, and I hate that they're doing this. I really don't like it. I don't like that they're blocking crossplay. So this has been blowing up today. Sony blocking crossplay because the PlayStation is the best place to play. Right? That's how they sound like to me right now. They sound like they're just PlayStation is the best place. Like they have like I just imagine they have like a highfalutin British, like high-born accent. The PlayStation is the best place to play. It's not one of your lower level, your bottom feeder consoles like the Nintendo Switch. That's how I interpret it. You can interpret it differently. That's entirely fine. Now, it says here that a Sony executive has seemingly poured cold water on the idea of an upcoming cross-play solution. Now, fans have been asking for this for, like, not recently. For years. Fucking years. They've been wanting crossplay between consoles. They're like, it's time. It is time. And to be fair, Xbox and the PC, they've been really kicking it in that department. They've been doing pretty well in that department. But Sony, they're just like, they're holding out. They're holding out, and it's starting to, I think, bite them in the ass a wee bit. If I'm being truthful to you guys, I think that's what's going on here. Now it says, according to The Independent, Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida said during Germany's IFA Electronics Convention, on cross-platform, our way of thinking is always that the PlayStation is the best place to play. FORTNITE, I believe, is partnered with Sony. PlayStation 4 is the best experience for our users. That's our belief. Well, I'd like to believe that if a frog had wings, it wouldn't bump its ass when it hops. But, that's not necessarily the case when people out there are saying, hey, man, we'd like to play with other people, right? Especially if you play cross-platform. Like in the case of the Switch, Fortnite going to the Switch, you can't access. I think you get banned if you access your PlayStation account over to the Switch. It's ridiculous nonsense. It's gatekeeping of the highest order. It makes no damn sense. Now, it goes on to say here, but actually we've opened up some games cross-platform with PC and others, so we decide based on what is best for the user experience. That is our way of thinking for cross-platform. Which is, I'm not going to lie, I can get behind that idea. They're like, well, we've done it a little bit. Like you've done with just the tip. Come on, man. Go balls deep. They want you to go balls deep. Just slide on in to the crossplay. Anyway, continuing, Yoshida called competition from Nintendo and Microsoft a healthy situation for the industry and its ability to grow. Sony's own growth strategy will include mobile, but his words make it sound like it won't include connecting PlayStation players to those on the Switch or the Xbox One. What are they? Are they going to like revive the Vita? Is that what's going to happen? Are they going to sit there and just go, you know what? The Vita was a good system when it came out like 6 years ago. And here, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. The Vita is an insanely good system. It's an amazingly good system. And Sony, man, Sony had it. When the PlayStation 4 dropped, and we're coming up on 5 years, by the way, 5 fucking years, the Vita was the machine to have because they had the connected play, right? They had that ability to do the streaming from the console to the handheld over your internet, and there are people that would be playing across the world using cross-link play. They were doing that, like you're watching Reddit threads in real time of people playing this shit. And when the PlayStation 4 dropped, you couldn't find a Vita on store shelves. Now you can't, but not for the same reason. Not because the Vita is selling out everywhere, because they're just, they're just not no one else anymore. Sony dropped the ball. The Vita is a better system than the 3DS. Yeah, I said it. Fucking fight me. Fight me. It's a better system, better games. It just felt like it was a more mature experience. And they're like, oh, we're going to go mobile. We're going to go mobile. What are you going to do? Put PlayStation All-Stars on the fucking phone? I don't want that. I don't care about that. I would like to play with other people from other systems. Anyway, in June, Sony's Sean Layden said he was confident Sony would find a crossplay solution that players would understand and accept. That sounds like some real Don Matrick shit there, you know? That's some real E3 2013. Like, oh, you don't want an online-only console? Well, we got one for you. It's called the Xbox 360. That guy was a jerk. Yet PlayStation and Fortnite players remain the only ones walled off from cross-play and account carryover to other platforms. Yeah. You don't really want that. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. Now it says here, finishes up, I should say. And while Fortnite is the most high-profile game at the center of crossplay controversy, it's far from the only one. Nintendo and Microsoft responded by releasing a video promoting Minecraft crossplay on the Switch and Xbox One. Despite all of this and a rash of customer complaints, Sony doesn't appear ready to abandon its stubborn policy. And it's really fucking stubborn. For no other reason than just because they're making money through Fortnite and microtransactions and they don't want to share. That's what it boils down to here, guys. That's legitimately what it boils down to. Now, the argument can be made from pro Sony aficionados, but it's an exclusive, and Sony consoles have to have their exclusives in order to sell, which is true. But we know there's a ton of multi-plat games out there. There have been for years. They're not going away. You know, EA, Ubisoft, Square Enix, etc. I was going to say Konami, but fuck Konami, right? They work, you know, with multi-plats because that's how they make their money, selling across the board. The thing is, Sony should focus more on games like Spider-Man, which is an exclusive, God of War, Days Gone, Horizon Zero Dawn. Good, grand, great exclusives. Those are what sell consoles. Those are what push copies of games. We know this to be true. Everyone is losing their shit over Spider-Man dropping this week for good reasons and bad reasons, but I think mostly good reasons. So Sony could easily sit there and make this thing a reality. It can make it a better reality. But you know what? They don't want to do that. They don't want that because of money, right? What they should do is just let it go and focus on what they've got, the exclusives, right? Did you know that PlayStation VR just released Firewall 0 Hour, a 4v4 search and destroy Rainbow Six Siege meets Counter-Strike sort of game? I've been watching like a ton of gameplay videos, and I'm like sitting there going like, do I want to invest $400 into this? And I have seriously considered it because that to me is finally something that interests me, and it's a fucking exclusive to the point of where I'm like, you know what? I might drop the $400 to go pick it up, but I'm not going to sit there and load up Fortnite and drop money on the V-Bucks to get new skins because homie don't play that. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I want exclusives that push me on the console. I don't want nonsense that blocks, you know, like this excuse. Oh, we don't want to do crossplay. We don't want to do crossplay. Get out of here. Get out of here, Sony. You fucking this one up. You fucking it up. You done goofed. You done goofed, and fans, they you know, they're gonna let you know. They're gonna let you know, and you know what? It's their right to do so.